everyone, it's Linda McKenna from Golden Rule Senior Placement Services coming to you today with Tuesday Talks. Today being May 13th, we were talking about acknowledging what's going to happen in 2 days, that there is a specific day that is centered around Senior Fraud Awareness Day. So we want to talk about how to protect your senior loved one. This is very prevalent in society today, and we want to take all the precautionary steps, or help you take the precautionary steps to preserve the safety of your senior loved one. To no further ado, we're going to talk about it in great length. National Senior Fraud Awareness Day is observed on May 15th every year. The objective is to raise awareness of fraudulent schemes older adults often fall prey to, as they lose approximately $38.5 billion annually due to financial fraud. Due to this alarming statistic, the U.S. Congress declared the establishment of National Senior Fraud Awareness Day to promote awareness about the improvement of methods to ensure the safety of elderly U.S. residents. National Senior Fraud Awareness Day was established in 2018 and has remained an annual occurrence. So it gives you the little bit of the history regarding it and how severe that it is. And here is some frequently asked questions. What qualifies as financial fraud? Financial fraud is when somebody deprives you of your money or capital, or otherwise harms your financial health through deceptive, misleading, and other legal practices. Now, I've seen that happen many a times, that some of our seniors receive phone calls and being asked of their Social Security number. And of course, the IRS or anybody is not calling you directly. And getting that number gives access to a lot of information. Also, I've seen many people from abroad contacting somebody that they won a lottery. If they give their account number, they could deposit their reward that they won, maybe a lottery, or asking for some kind of donation towards a cause that really it doesn't even occur, that they do have access to their accounts and all. And sometimes even given a credit card is a type of fraud as well too. So our seniors are very much taken advantage of and prey to this, because they think, they're thinking innocently that nobody would do that to them, but they're also trying to help somebody that's in need as well. Is financial fraud a crime case? Yes, financial fraud is a crime. And I want to say it's even more of a crime when it's actually taking advantage of our seniors, because they're so innocent in their mindset. How many Americans are victim of fraud? Annually, about 10 American adults is a victim of fraud. 1 in 10, I'm sorry. That's a high statistic considering the amount of population we have, and especially of our older adults. 4 interesting facts about scams. 1, victims of fraud. Annually, 1 in 10 American adults fall prey to fraud. 2, fraud complaints. In 2021, nearly 2.8 million people filed for a fraud complaint in the U.S. And I'm sure it's even gone up so much in the last 4 years. 3, most common scams. Some of the most common scams involve scammers pretending to be someone else. I've heard that a phone call is made to a senior. They know their name, and they're posing as that your grandson unfortunately got in a bad way. He's in jail, and we need some financial help to bail him out. Quite honest with you, most adults don't think about the ramifications of giving so much information. But one clever senior that I know, that happened actually to him, he doesn't have grandsons. So they were wrong, and he knew there was something wrong right away. So the most common scams are usually scammers pretending to be someone else, and that being the case, it could be, oh, I am your attorney. I am the police. I am the IRS. So they are not really a personal pretend to be somebody else, but more that it's somebody of authority. 4, most expensive scam. The type of scam that costs victims the most money is investment fraud. Invest in, and we saw this happen just recently with a lot of Bitcoin or a lot of these things, investing in a very shallow or non-reputable fund. Again, they're being approached that you're going to make money, quick money, and everybody wants to make quick money. But with a senior is knowing that the time is of the essence, that they're getting older. If they can make more money and leave a legacy, they're going to do it for their loved ones. So unfortunately, investment fraud is big with them as well too. Why National Senior Fraud Awareness Day is important. It highlights the need for financial literacy to make you aware that this actually occurs, is also making your loved one, your senior loved one, aware of it so they could be on cue, knowing that this is happening to them, especially defining some of the fraud that is out there. There was one that happened in my mother and father's development. It was we actually have a network for our electricity, a co-op, and they were giving a refund in this development, senior development, not senior living, but senior retirement village. And it wasn't true. I knew it wasn't. So of course we took my mother to a local electricity or, utility company. And we asked them if this was from them. It was on letterhead and everything. And they said no. So imagine if 10% of the population of this retirement village, that was 3,000, and made off with $100 per household. Think about the fraud that could have been. 2, it recognizes those who are most vulnerable. Yes, the most vulnerable, again, reiterating that, is the seniors. I've heard many situations and was privy to a couple of my clients getting involved in reverse mortgages that they didn't even know was something that they were getting involved in until it was time to sell their home, or of course getting ready for senior placement into a senior living community. They didn't realize their house was not as valued as where it was, that they pulled equity out of it, and they had reversed the mortgage, which the house at that point in time was fully paid for. It promotes prevention methods. So also being aware of these scams and all these fraudulent activities, it makes you become more proactive and preventative. So you want to make sure you, as the POA, power of attorney, I could have a whole conversation or actually a Tuesday talk on that, is making sure that you have legal ability for your senior loved one, so you could have more control of what's going on in that household. If nobody has a power of attorney and they're writing checks like crazy, or somebody using their credit card inappropriately, you have no control of it if you're not legally involved. So I recommend a power of attorney while that loved one has a sound mind and body, so it prepares for that day when they cannot make those decisions of appointing you as a power of attorney, because they have loss of cognitive ability. And at that point in time, it is too late, and they might be sequestered a guardian of the state. So being proactive is very important, and being preventative is being very important. So learn about the financial fraud, look up some of the common financial scams. Teach your older adults to not answer phone calls such as that. Screen. Even it's sad to say if some seniors do have a senior, a senior phone, cell phone. If they don't recognize the number or it's not loaded, identified in their phone, don't answer it. Let it go off to a voicemail, because those are aware that they're being attacked more so than anything. So rather than not having a conversation with somebody you don't know is best. Yes, having the security of a cell phone is good for emergency purposes, but mostly knowing what's coming in on that phone is important. So I can't attest how important this is, because after the fraud is done, there's not a good rebound from it. Sometimes it takes a long period of time to, press charges, whatever that it may be. You see me sometimes online when people are requesting private caregivers to come to their loved one's home. Again, I say all the time, there's nothing better than order, if that's your choice, is to have home care come in the home, which is private duty. And it is private pay. And it's non-skilled. It's usually custodial or companion care. Is to work through an agency. Why? Because the staff is, not only are they trained, they're licensed, and they are also bonded, fingerprinted, and insured. Because once they cross over the threshold of your home, you lose that safety net of somebody falling in your home, also taking valuables out of your home as well too. So, be a little more proactive in thinking. I know you might want to think it's cost saving by hiring somebody privately, but honestly and truthfully, you want something that has a recourse to it and you have more of a safety net for your loved one, especially in their own home. So thank you so much for viewing Tuesday Talks today. As I said, it's May 15th that this is actually being celebrated, this Awareness Day. And I always put forth as to what we're going to do on our next Tuesday Talks. But since May is Mental Health Month, we're going to talk about what thoughts and suggestions that can improve your senior loved one's mental health. And it's also Memorial Day at the end of the month, which is May 26th. And we want to talk about how does this affect a senior loved one who are veterans or who have lost one of their loved ones during the war as well, too. So by all means, do come and view in, and also go to my website. My website is www.goldenruleseniorplacement.com. There you will see my demographics, how to get in touch with me, my bio, testimonials, various options, resources, and a whole library of all these video talks on Tuesday Talks. Since we're active for 7.5 years now, there's a whole library of a lot of videos that you could peruse through. But always, I'm available. You could message me on a topic that you would like me to do, and I will do my research and bring it to you on another Tuesday Talk. Thank you so much for viewing Tuesday Talk. Be safe, but more importantly, be wise. Be proactive and preventative, not only for yourself, but your senior loved one. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Have a blessed one. Thank you for viewing.